There's guys putting them on F650s, loading them down with salt, lighter, faster, stronger, better. And then smashing them into curves and trying to stop them with the plow. Hey, Elon Musk, you got a Cybertruck you want us to test this out on?
I will make a special plow if he's willing to do it.
Man, if we had as much snow as we've had rain, I'd be sitting pretty. All right, good morning one and all, guys. We are in Chicago. We are at Arctic's corporate headquarters, and we are going to be doing some major changes to the Razer Back. The boys at Arctic never stop working on these things, and today we're also going to get to see a sneak peek at something that they've had in development for over 3 years. But I don't want to give it away yet. We're going to pull this one off, upgrade this one, and then hopefully talk to the Arctic boys and convince them into letting us see what they've got coming down the pipeline. All right, boys, let's go check out what the mad scientists at Arctic have got cooking. Sorry for the shaky camera. So we got Blake over here. He's one of the chief R&D officers, and in fact, he's the one that, him and his brother were the ones that first invented the Razer Back. And now you've got some new changes coming to the Razer Back, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, are you ready for them yet?
Not yet.
Okay, all right, we'll come back to you. The runway, if you haven't seen that yet, Arctic, what you guys don't know is Arctic is one of the largest equipment sellers, and they're not a dealer, in the world. They bring in hundreds and hundreds of new pieces of equipment every single year. So here's where all of the Arctic snowplows are actually manufactured. Right in Illinois. And it starts out with cold steel coming in this door to a finished plow going out the other door. Now if you want to see actually how one of these Arctic plows are built, I did an entire video showing it from start to finish. But this is just a quick tour of the factory. Found ya.
What's up, man?
All right, guys, I'm here with Lucas and Spencer. You guys want to introduce yourself? Tell these guys what you do.
Yeah, I'm the vice president co-owner here at Arctic Snow and Ice Products.
And Spencer?
CMO and then also co-owner at Arctic Products.
Okay, so now you have made this plow lighter, faster, stronger, better.
Yes.
Is that right? Is that a good way of saying it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So you guys never stop. So these are the team. You and Blake, I remember introducing me to the big green ugly monster 5 years ago. That was the original Razer Back that you forced me to never talk about. That was so difficult.
Did not look nearly as sexy.
No. But the thing is, I guess the point is you still haven't stopped developing it.
No.
And in fact, you've made quite a few major changes, and we've got a couple sneak peeks, but one of the sneak peeks that I want to show them, I'm going to show them right away. Okay? One of them is right here. So now you guys have your own controller. Will you hold that for a minute?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so now you said off camera that this controller has all of the good stuff in it.
Yes, it does.
What does that mean?
It means we put the money where it needs to be so the controller will be reliable, it will last a long time. We didn't cheap out on the circuitry or anything like that. We want it to last.
Is it better than other guys' controllers out there?
We are going to find out, but I have a feeling it's going to be.
Okay, well, that's, and when he says that, I firmly believe him on stuff like that. So the main changes structurally, when I say you've made this lighter and stronger, you've done two things to do that. One, you added weight where you needed weight, but Two, you took weight away where you found out it was actually inhibiting the functions of the snowplow.
Yes, so what we've done to add weight where we needed it was we've braced the frame here and here. You guys will see the crossbars a little later on. And then what we've done to take some of the weight out is we've actually shortened the wing.
Okay.
And what you'll see is we've cut the top of the AR plate off here and put a 1/4 inch aluminum plate in. We've shortened the pin, and then to also make sure that we still have that strength and added rigidity, we've changed from a manufactured hinge where it's AR plate and a pipe. We've changed over to a cast iron. It's a casting for the hinges, so they're going to be they're the same weight, but they're a lot stronger because it's one piece.
Let's go back to the frame. Why did you modify the frame?
Just to be completely honest, like through our testing over the years, we've never had creep or bending on our frames, and we've ran these on F550s that are loaded down with 4.5 yard spreaders, transfer tanks, and all that. And the trucks are heavy. We have not had an issue, but we have been seeing some customers having issues. So what we did is that we came back and said, all right, where can we brace the frame to make sure that we stop seeing these issues? Because it's not always a perfect test when we test something. They go out into the wild and people put them to the real test, and we want to stand behind the product.
Off camera, Lucas said, there's guys putting them on F650s, loading them down with salt and then smashing them into curves and trying to stop them with the plow. Is that pretty much what you said?
Yeah, it's kind of what I said, yeah.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically. So that is really it. For that extreme situation, you added weight back in, but you added now 30 pounds more into the plow.
Yes.
Before you started to subtract weight. And when you modified the wings, that's really where the weight reduction came in. And by lightening those wings up, you found that you're getting a better trip on the wings themselves.
Yeah, so we lightened up the wings in aggregate for both sides 130 pounds. So the plow's 130 pounds lighter when we modified the wings. It does allow the wings to trip a lot easier because they're lighter now. So the issues that we were seeing with them being so heavy, we've been able to alleviate those issues.
Okay, so now this plow is almost in the same weight rating, close to what, a Western whiteout, or?
Yeah, it's getting closer to a whiteout XL, yes.
But then it's actually could be considered lighter than some of the V plows when you start sticking extra wings on those V plows and things like that. Is that accurate statement?
That is accurate, yes.
Okay. Okay, so now you're kind of fitting into that cozy middle ground that guys are getting a little bit more comfortable, because putting the extra weight on the front of a pickup truck is something that guys were just like, I don't know if I want that much weight on them. So you took measures to compensate for that.
To any dealer that we sold Razorbacks to, what we did is we did a RB1 Bolton, which is the specific Bolton, and we sent all the hardware and kits out to those dealers, so anyone who purchased a Razorback from that dealer would be able to reach out to them and get their new hardware and get it replaced.
What was the problem? What did you guys have?
So we were experiencing some inconsistencies with the grade 5 hardware from our supplier, where we were having failures on some plows and having no failures on others.
Are you talking about here?
Yeah, so these bolts that hold the plates, the wings, to the hinges were just shearing. We don't know why. So what we've done is we got back, we recreated the process in-house of that happening, and then we've also changed the material, and we've changed the procedure in-house for torquing to make sure that there is no over-torquing. But we were able to rule that was not the problem. It was just the material itself was the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
The hinge, what did you change about the hinge itself? Now you went with a forged hinge.
It's a forged casting, yeah.
A forged casting?
Yeah, so
okay.
they're one piece.
Why is that better?
Well, when you're welding AR plate, it's very difficult to do because it has to be hot in some cases. So we have a hardened pipe, and we're welding a hardened material to it. And then the other issue is that if they do experience a failure, it's easier for them to fail, right? Because it's a manufactured part where there's inconsistencies in that kind of manufacturing, where we can have a hinge casted, forged, it's the same every time, and then it gets machined, so it's perfect.
Okay.
So it takes some ambiguity out of the manufacturing process.
What about the stops? Did you change something on the stops on the plow?
Yes, we released a new stop, basically a frame stop that will bolt on to the plow's lift frame, and it will stop the frame from lifting too high, which will stop an impact. You can see yours here, the impacts from the chain and the lift cylinder because your frame's coming up.
Okay.
So that bump stop stops that.
Okay.
Yep.
And the biggest change, we're not going to show them yet.
No.
We're going to let Blake reveal that one over in his section. We'll go over and see how he's doing in a minute.
Yeah, I think they're gonna like that a lot.
But let's just get this plow put back together because we're going to disassemble this one, put all the new hardware on it, and then send it back down the road on my trailer with me, right?
Yep. Hopefully for a winter full of snow.
Yeah, finally. It'd be nice to have one, man. If we had as much snow as we've had rain, I'd be sitting pretty. All right, let's come back to this. Here they're assembling the new side wings that go on the plow. The Arctic snowplows are completely modular, so if any section gets damaged or needs to be replaced, you don't have to replace an entire plow. You can replace a moldboard. You can replace everything. These things can be completely rebuilt. In fact, I have one of them that's over 28 years old that we found lying in the weeds that we rebuilt using the existing parts that are available today. So they retrofit forward and backward. All right, so we've got all of the changes made, and we opted just to swap out the entire frame from the A-frame, right?
Yes, so-
it was just easier in this case since
Yeah,
we're
for
here.
the sake of time, for your time, it's just easier if we just swap the whole A-frame forward section.
So now here's the new wing
Yep.
that we were talking about, and you've got half of the cylinder, just like you had before, because we used to have the cylinder all the way up to the top.
Yep, the pin for the wing. Yep.
Yep. So this is where you lightened up the load right there.
Yep. So we cut down the length, or I should say the height of the wing, where it's all AR plate, and now we have 1/4-inch aluminum. The reason we could do this is because this is just going to be making contact with snow as it pushes snow into a pile. It doesn't really see any load or any stress. We have the new forged hinges that we were telling you about with the better hardware. So same weight, but a lot stronger. So that's
And then you added weight back in 2 spots.
Yes, so we added supports for the frame for clients that are having issues where they're tweaking their frames. Again, it's not something that we were able to see when we were developing the product for 5 years, and when we were showing you the plow off camera that we've had in service for 3 years for trade shows and the filming that we do with you, and we didn't see an issue.
So was this the plate that you added in right here?
Yep, we added those 2 front ribs to the frame.
Okay. What about the bump stop? So here's the bump stop.
Yep, so this is our updated bump stop just to stop the plow frame from contacting the cylinder. It's actually a common problem with the OEM arrangement too, where they even offer OEM bump stops.
So yeah, what people don't know is Western actually offers a bump stop for their snowplow, but they don't market it. They don't really talk about it, and people are finding out after they bend their cylinders or their frame mounts, or they're having an issue.
That's how we found out about it when we have our Western. So
Okay.
yep.
What happened?
Well, we didn't know that they made this bump stop kit that was an optional extra. And so when we were experiencing issues with our plows, we go to the dealer and say, hey, what gives? They're like, oh, well, you need to buy this kit. And we're like, well, we didn't know anything about this, and now we've damaged our product, and we wish it would have just been told to us from the beginning or sold with the plow. We think in our opinion, that was a design flaw.
Okay, so here is your bump stop right there.
Yep.
Okay.
So, that just so when you push into a snow pile, it will make contact with the A-frame, and it limits the range of motion of the plow, so you can't smack the cylinder with the frame.
Okay, so that is pretty much all of the upgrades that you guys have made this year to the Razer Back.
Yep.
But we did promise the audience a sneak peek at what Blake is working on, and he's still over there working. So I think we'll give him some time to work, and we'll go load this up on the trailer.
Yep.
And then we'll come back and see how he's coming along.
Yeah, we'll get her loaded up.
All right. All right, you guys, I promised you something that nobody has ever seen before, because this is the very first prototype. This is kind of like that point where I was at like 5 years ago when you guys were first building the Razer Back,
Yeah.
and you brought me into the back room. Now you guys are getting brought into the back room and shown this. This is your brand new baby. You just finished putting this together 5 minutes ago.
You literally helped us, yeah.
Yeah. This is awesome. All right, so open up that inside and let's show these guys what you're doing, and explain to me what we're seeing here, Blake. Okay, so here's an interesting side story about Blake that he did not tell me. Actually, Nick, one of the other engineers, told me this. Now, Blake is one of the owners. He's one of the Arctic boys, and he does have a degree in engineering. But back when he was in college getting his degree in engineering, he built a vehicle that went 984 miles on 1 gallon of gasoline. I am not joking. I can't make this stuff up. The entire shell of the vehicle, he handcrafted out of carbon fiber. So when you look at what these Arctic boys are building, there's a lot of brain power that goes behind this craft.
Yeah, so if you can't tell already, this is our full truck plow kit, not a retrofit anymore. But inside the pump housing here, it's fully sealed with a door. You got pump, manifold separate. There'll be a few hoses. This is one of the first steps of the prototyping phase. So
Right.
we'll get this one done, and then we'll be building a good amount for our fleet.
So you'll build 10, 20 of them just for yourself. Nobody else can have them.
Yeah.
You'll run them on your own pickup trucks, and you'll beat the snot out of them for a while before they go out anywhere else.
Yep.
But so what is this made out of?
So everything here you see is aluminum.
Okay.
Anything that's not load bearing, it just keeps the weight out of it.
Do we want to talk about anything else going on with the plow? Because there's more prototype going on with this plow.
Yeah, we've done a lot of things. A lot of things sit lower. The frame's lower. It's lighter. It's stronger. All the wing, everything with the wing is lower. So the cylinder that holds all the forces is lower down.
And what's the benefit of making everything lower? Because the way Nick was describing it to me is you've put everything in a straight line as low as possible. Why?
Just it's not cantilevered off the frame as much.
Okay.
And for instance, this cylinder used to mount up here, and then it would bend from here to here. There'd be a bending force. So now it's just reduced by that, 3 inches, if not more. We're also not cantilevering the wing as much. I'll show you on this side. Current design, it pivots from here, and the slots are in the back. We moved the slots to the front. So now instead of cantilevering this far, you're cantilevering this far.
Okay.
Still have AR400 wings, still the same thickness, but now it's going to be even more.
And you changed the entire frame.
Yeah, tire frame is our new tube style frame.
Do we want to show it, or?
Yeah, we can show it.
Okay.
It's if you were to buy a straight blade retrofit today, this is actually the frame you'd get.
Okay.
So.
And believe it or not, that frame is lighter than your standard plow frame.
Lighter and stronger.
Right. And it has more torsional twist resistance too.
A lot more torsional stiffness.
Yep.
Yep.
And when I walked in this morning, this was just one sheet of metal. You have been working your...
fully kind of got it done to the point that it is just today.
And then it goes on your truck and it goes out and
Goes for testing.
goes for testing.
Rapid testing.
And that's what we saved. I told you we saved the best for last. You get to see the prototype. You get to see what I seen 5 years ago behind the scenes when these boys were first making the Razer Back. And it just kind of, it looked like it was fugly. It was fugly. And but it was, when you know what it was going to do, it was beautiful. It was exciting. It was so exciting even back then.
Yeah, our prototypes look better now.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. This looks like it should go on a cyber truck, is what Nick was saying.
It kind of looks like it.
Hey, Elon Musk, you got a Tesla Cybertruck you want us to test this out on? Probably get like 5 miles in the cold with a plow on the front of it.
I will make a special plow if he's willing to do it.
There you go. All right, well, that's it for this video, you guys. Hope you enjoyed going along for the ride, seeing all of the changes, getting the sneak peeks, getting to see behind the scenes what these boys are doing with the Arctic sectional pushers and the Razer Backs, and improvements and changes and modifications, and how they're continually working to make these things bigger, better, badder, faster, leaner, stronger, and meaner, so that you guys can make more money in the end, have less breakdowns, push more snow, be more productive, and be happier, and go back to your lives and give them hugs and kisses. I think that's what it all boils down to.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to. Pretty much.
That's it. And that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed going along for the ride. And I am out. I'm going to be heading back 7.5 hours back to Minnesota. So I'm going to let you guys go do whatever you guys do, and I'll be on the road for a while, so wish me luck. And that's it for this one. God bless. Go get them. And even the attachment cylinder is unique.
That's pretty tricky.
Can we show it or not?
Pretty trick.
Glance at it real quick.
You want to see it? You want to see it?
May not be the final. Maybe the final.
So this is how they're going to attach this.
It has to be orientated, but yep.
No more struggling.
But you'll just, I could just do it manually. And there'll be a control system for it, so it can't unlock. But
So you hit a button and you're in and out.
yep.
That's
so
nice.
Pick up onto the truck. You lock the pins, and then that'll be it.
That's it. And this is your own proprietary system. No borrowing anybody else's technology from this at this point. Everything is yours.
Controls, our hydraulics, everything. No.
Everything. Yep. Yep.
Our controller. You show them that.
Yep. I seen that. Yep. I seen that. Yep. All right. God bless you guys. Go get them. We'll catch you on another one.
Let it snow.